Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Daryl Stinson here. So excited to connect with you. Want to say hi to everybody that's joining online today. We are going to be talking about how to win the battle in your mind. And I'm going to be sharing my 3-step process to winning the battle in your mind. This is my hard knocks strategy that I've learned from battling clinical depression, from overcoming the depression that came when I was facing suicidal ideation, and how I've learned to really live more mentally healthy. So if you know anyone who's dealing with stress, anxiety, overwhelm, insecurity, doubt, fear, I mean, you name it. Right now, I'm going to ask you, if you're on Facebook, to host a watch party, to hit share. We're going to try to keep this under 10 minutes. And hopefully I can do it better than that. And maybe you can reserve some time for some Q&A. I see Rodney's joining. I see my wife's here. I see Xavier. I see people joining on IG. I see people joining on Periscope. I see people joining on Facebook. So thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and hit the share button. We're going to be talking about my 3-step process to winning the war in your mind. All right, so let's get right into it. Step number 1. Anytime you're dealing with stress, anxiety, fear, insecurity, all these battles are fought in your thought life. It is fought in your mind. Have you ever done something stupid and said to yourself, oh, man, what was I thinking? And we know that the problem is that you probably weren't. You probably weren't thinking. You probably were just acting without thinking. And typically when we're dealing with stress, overwhelm, we make mistakes. It's because we're not taking inventory of our thought life. So the first way that we start to get control over our thought life, to start to handle the battle that's being caused in our mind, is to, number 1, capture. Okay, we have to capture the thoughts that are going on in our head. We have to think about what we're thinking about. Now, there's 2 types of people. Every time I talk about this, there's always 2 types of people. There's the people that get it. They love to meditate. They love to think. They love to talk. They love to sit alone with themselves. They love to journal. Like, they love all of that stuff. And so they get it immediately. Like, okay, think about what I think about. Okay, I can get that. Then there's the other group, typically the more analytical people, that are like, what? If I knew what I was thinking about, I would make better decisions. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just sit there and hum. Let me give you a strategy. 2 ways to capture what you're thinking about is, number 1, journal. Okay. Now, I didn't say write a diary entry. You can start with 1 line a day. In fact, our team partnered with Write One Line, and we have an artesian leather journal that helps you, walk you through how to write just 1 line a day to start living more mentally healthy. Here's what you write. 1 line. What was I thinking today? What's 1 thing I thought about today? And then you're raising your awareness to what you're thinking about. And then the more you do it, the more aware you become. The second way to do it is process your day. Okay. So we all have those moments in our days where we run into somebody and it was frustrating. It got on our nerves. Maybe we were running late to work and we got caught up behind that slow car in traffic. Like, we have those moments where we yelled at our coworker, or we cussed out our spouse, like whatever, right? Those are moments that create friction and resistance in our life, that then we have to, at the end of our day, go back to that moment and go, what was I thinking? A lot of times there's emotions attached to it, and we weren't necessarily thinking. And if we could find the thought that is driving the behavior, then we can go about course correcting the behavior so we don't make the same mistakes day in and day out. Hey, I see you tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. So number 1 is we have to capture. Number 2 is we have to clear. Okay. Once you capture the thought, then you have to clear it. Clear it out of your mind. If it's not serving you well, it doesn't need to be in your life. If it's not helping you move forward, it doesn't need to be in your mind. If it's not bringing you more energy and positivity, then it needs to be far removed from your thinking. So when you capture it and you see that it's not serving you, it's not supporting you, it's not moving you forward, you clear it, you throw it away. I don't care if you need a physical representation and you write that 1 line, you rip out that page in the journal. It's okay. The inserts are only $7. So rip out that page in the journal and you throw it away. I remember being a part of this powerful service one time where people wrote down all the bitterness that they had. They wrote them all down on sheets of paper, and they literally burned the sheets of paper. Now, I don't know how good that was for the atmosphere, but I get the representation of this is no longer in my life. The other way that you can clear it, and this is an NLP tactic that one of my mentors taught me, is that you can literally go back to that moment, think about the thought that drove the behavior that produced the result that you didn't want in your life, and then visualize that memory getting further and further away from you. Okay. And the further away it goes, that's how far you're creating separation. Because when those things happen, they live in your body. They feel like they're just right there. But as you begin to distance it in your imagination, you start to lose feeling with it. And then you turn it to black and white. And then you just see it get smaller, smaller, smaller till it just fades away. That's how you clear. So number one, you capture it. Number two, you clear it. And then number three, you create. You create a better, positive thought. And I like the word empowering, okay? A thought that's going to empower you to move forward. A thought that's going to empower you to have more energy. A thought that's going to make you want to get up and do something. A thought that's going to take you from doubt and overwhelm and insecurity and unbelief to action, because you know once you capture, then you clear, then you create a positive belief and an empowering belief. Now you have the energy, the motivation you need to move forward. Can I tell you why this matters so much to me? Because it was negative beliefs that caused me to attempt suicide. It was the belief that I didn't matter outside of sports. It was the belief that I didn't have what it takes to be fulfilled by anything other than my athletic career. It was the belief that nobody liked me or loved me or supported me outside of my athletic ability. The belief. But beliefs are only reality when you choose them to be. So as real as it was to me, it's because that's what my thoughts were thinking. And all I had to do was pivot in my mind. And I start thinking, there is something out there more fulfilling than sports. I will be fulfilled by something more than I was fulfilled by sports. People do like me outside of my ability to run fast and jump high and push people around. I am somebody. My future is going to be brighter than my past. And the more that I started to create and declare those thoughts into the world, the more it happened. You know, scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. What you think about, you'll bring about. Whatever cliche you need. Let me tell you something. I can't explain all the science behind it. That's where I see Dr. Justin Mosley is on here, the mindset doctor. He probably can talk about the neuroscience, and my mentor, David Meltzer, probably can tell you about all the quantum physics that's involved. I am still studying the science and the quantum physics behind it. But let me tell you that I know from experience, being a suicidal survivor, going from depressed to walking in my destiny, that this stuff works. You capture the thought, you clear it from your mind, and you can create an empowering belief. And when you do that, your life will change. Most people don't think about what they're thinking about. They just go through life repeating the same behavior over and over again. New year, same results. New year, same results. Let me tell you something. I know 2020 has had its challenges, but what if this is the year you change the way you think? What if in the most challenging year for some of us, not all of us, for some of us, for the most challenging one, what if you chose to become the greatest version of yourself? Think about this. If you can create positive thoughts and empowering beliefs in 2020, when 2021 hit, what can stop you? Nothing. My favorite quote is, our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. My friend, you are powerful beyond measure. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Don't waste your mind. That's all I got for you today. That's how you win the battle that's going on in your mind. I know you're going to succeed. I know you're going to overcome this. Capture, clear, create. If this was helpful to you, you can go ahead and text me at the number that's in my bio. Also, if you're new to the stream, maybe someone tagged you, maybe you're watching a watch party and you want to find out more information, feel free to go to my website, darrellstinson.com or secondchanceathletes.com, and you'll find a way to download something and get on our e-newsletter. I try to focus on mindset, motivation, and mental health. That's like the three areas that I love to talk about. So Till next time, I love you guys. And remember, your best days are always in front of you and they're never behind you. Peace.